So this is going to be a quick testing procedure for any PSP 1000, 2000, or 3000 series system. This can be done within about, I'd probably guess like 4 minutes. But the first thing to do is to check for dust underneath the faceplate, which this one doesn't really have too much. Mostly just hold it up to the light, see if you can see any dust underneath. This one looks fine. Pop the battery cover off. First thing I do is check for these points right here. Notch, notch, and then you'll have 2 points on both edges. That'll latch it on. So you put battery in, click it into place, put a memory card in, plug a charger in to verify that the orange charge light comes on. Give it a little twist to check the sensitivity. If you do get sensitivity issues, blow in the port. So turn it on. Then when you're turning it on, you're checking for the power switch sensitivity. You want to check for sound when it's first turning on for the speakers here and here. Then you'll get to the loading screen. You'll check the D-pad sensitivity, as well as the X and O. You'll verify that a memory card is being shown there. If there isn't, take the memory card out, blow on the port, put it back in. Then we'll go over to the security settings, verify that parental control is off. Internet browser start control will either be off or level 9. To reset it, you'll go up to system settings, go down to restore default settings, and then you'll click enter and yes. I'll restart. Usually takes a couple seconds. You can just set it to whatever language you want. English and region doesn't matter too much. Then we'll go down to network settings, infrastructure mode, new connection, scan. Verify that something shows up. Then we'll exit again, go back to the game menu. We'll put a game in. You'll also be checking the open slider to make sure that works correctly. Then you can also check for the UMD door to see if it's loose. They will break at the left hinge due to 2 screws being here and here that you can remove if you are taking apart, and usually I'll toss those screws. So first you'll put the game in. Then once you do close it, you're going to be putting pressure in the middle to check for activator sensitivity for the lever that's just to the left of the spinner, if you're able to see it. It's black. Right there. So you put it in. Just start to hear some sounds. You'll see an icon at the bottom right of the screen. Apply some light pressure here. You're also checking for noises. To check for noises, you can shift the laser assembly all the way to the right, like that. Then put your game in. Then if you do get some loud screeching or anything like that, you can apply some multi-purpose oil to the motor, which is at the back area right about here. Usually apply with a Q-tip. I've got a different video up for that if you need to do some lubrication of your motor. Then you're also going to be checking for long load times. This system seems to be working fine though. I would take like a razor blade and kind of dig some of the dirt out of the joystick cap though. If you test a lot of systems, I would suggest using the same game to test all systems so that you know how each system should sound when you're loading up a game. You'll be able to spot any long load times pretty quick. we'll just get up to the game. So we're first checking the joystick, make sure everything's working right. Then the L button, the run, R button, the aim, triangle, square, select, start, brightness, home button, volume. Sometimes there might be an AVLS or something like that at the bottom right of the screen for maximizing or capping out the volume that you can set it at, in which case you go over to the settings, go down to sound settings, and then turn that off. But once you've checked most of the buttons, this only takes maybe like 30 seconds or so. You exit the game. If you need to double check the joystick for sure, if you're unsure whether or not there might have been some lag or drifting, you can go to the internet browser. Then you can do this, just move the joystick around. It shouldn't be slow in any direction, and it shouldn't drift if you apply pressure like right here at all. If there is any drift, then it could be, and check that you're fully screwed in at these 2 screws, or if you're using a new generic faceplate, that could also be the reason, because those usually aren't the best quality. But if you do have drift, it's either going to be the contact rubber or the joystick itself. But this system works fine. So overall, like right now, it took about 7 minutes to do that, but typically it would take 3, maybe 4 minutes to do it if you're doing it pretty quick. And yeah, you can just check out any other videos for anything PSP related.